Bill Barr has appointed John Durham as special counsel investigating the 2016 campaign investigators. Tell me more.
Brooke. It looks like 2016 is never going to be over. You have Bill Barr now saying that John Durham, who he appointed earlier this year to take a look at the origins of the Trump-Russia investigation that dates back to 2016, he had appointed him to take a look at that, a second look at the sort of investigation of the investigators. Now he has made him a special counsel, which means that once Joe Biden takes office, and presumably he would replace the U.S. attorneys around the country. That is the practice generally. These are political appointees. John Durham, of course, would be one of those people that might have to leave office once Joe Biden takes the helm at the White House. It means that John Durham can remain as special counsel, continuing this investigation. According to the Justice Department and these papers that they just released to the public today or this afternoon, they say that the Attorney General made the appointment in October before the election, but did not want to release that information because of the election, in order to not affect the election. But that appointment means that John Durham is going to continue his investigation into the Joe Biden presidency. It's sort of a bit of a grenade that the Trump administration is leaving behind for Joe Biden.
So hang on. So even once Joe Biden is inaugurated January 20th, his new AG couldn't fire Durham and put an end to the investigation?
No, it's clear that they can, but politically it would be obviously a very devastating thing. You would have to imagine that Joe Biden, who is making a push to sort of restore normalcy in Washington, to sort of bring things back from where Donald Trump, who violated all the norms and threatened multiple times to fire the special counsel Robert Mueller, you'd think that Joe Biden wouldn't want to do that. Obviously, Joe Biden could do that, and he could order the new Attorney General, whoever that is, to get rid of the special counsel. We don't expect that Joe Biden would do that because of the political implications that it would have. And keep in mind, Brooke, from what we can tell from the sources that we've talked to, Durham hasn't really found that much. He's not done with his investigation. We knew that it wasn't going to be done before the election, as President Trump and Bill Barr wanted him to be. But we knew that this work was going to continue. But we don't anticipate that there's any big, huge, revelations to come. It's just going to take a while.